Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to week 5. Sorry I got this up a little later than normal, but hopefully you've kept up with the to-do lists and the syllabus. So a little bit of a light week in terms of assignments due. So this week just a technology forum is due. So looking at your to-do list, I would like you to respond in the technology forum number 2 this week. That's due by February 9th. There are a few questions that you will be responding to in that forum. And unlike most of our discussions, I would like you to this time respond to at least one other person's post this week, just so that you get to see what are some of the other technologies that people are exploring or using or interested in, and what was the outcomes of the research that you did in terms of what are best practices for incorporating technology. So that's the technology forum for this week. A couple other things to be working on, though, even though there isn't anything due yet. So your STEM projects, so you should be working on your lesson plans. You turned in your backwards design this weekend. I will try to get you feedback as soon as possible so you can incorporate that in your final drafts, or actually in your rough drafts of your complete lesson plans, which are due in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks. And but I would like you to work on the academic language section of your lesson plans this week and try to do some background learning on academic language. And so I've provided some resources for you on Moodle. If you look at under the general resources, there's a section on academic language. I'd recommend taking a look at some of those, but also the academic language resources that are on the EdTPA Moodle site are also really good. So let's take a look at those real quick and see. So the way that they address academic language in EdTPA is very different than how we talk about it usually in the classroom with our colleagues and really anywhere else. So it's really important to take a look at your handbooks. Make sure you're looking at that as in terms of academic language. Use your resources. So we've provided a lot of resources that address the academic language section. So as you can see here on the EdTPA site, there's several even specific to discipline. So check those out, and I think you'll be able to more completely respond to those sections in your lesson plans. All right, so the last thing is you're going to begin some research on equity strategies. And so I want you to take a look at the equity strategies paper that's linked under week 6. This paper isn't due until the 16th of February, so you have 2 weeks. But there's quite a few things for you to look at and do some research on. So first, you're going to watch some videos on differentiation. And then you're going to look at some NGSS case studies. So these represent different underrepresented populations in science, and you're going to choose one area that kind of makes sense for you in terms of your clinical setting. So whether that's women in STEM or girls in STEM, English language learners, students with learning disabilities, TAG students. So there's a variety of underrepresented populations that we want to take a look at. So you're going to look at the NGSS case study. You're going to develop some expertise. So in addition to the case studies and the resources that I've provided, you're going to compile a list of 10 resources that apply to your specific population. So looking through the NSTA Learning Center is a good place to find resources, going on some of the academic journals and looking. So you're going to want a variety of resources, not just articles, but maybe some websites, professional organization statements, TED Talks, videos, lesson plans, all things that will help you to develop a better understanding of how to differentiate and provide more equitable instruction to these populations. So your product is the list of 10 resources with a brief description of each of the resources that we will share during week 8. So there's a rubric attached that also gives you information about how it will be evaluated. So that's the other thing that I want you to kind of get started working on, and you can find that information if you look on our Moodle shell. The paper assignment and instructions are attached right here under week 6. There are also some resources that I've provided to get you started. So if you look under the equity and controversial topic resources, you'll see that there's resources for TAG, ELL, Learning Disabilities, Women in STEM and Culture. And those are all ones you can start with, and then you can add to those with some of your own. So again, hope you have a good week. Enjoying your teaching, and I look forward to giving you some feedback on your STEM lesson, your backwards design soon. And please let me know as soon as possible if you have questions or concerns, and we'll get those addressed. Have a good week.